I get a surprise this morning, which just goes to show that you can't trust anyone, especially ex-cons reckon that the warriors out to change the system and make things better and be the voice of the people, because they're the very ones who use the system to try and silence others. Now, do you remember me doing this video about what Darren G had to say against Shaun Attwood to warn people not to trust Shaun Attwood, and that Shaun Attwood had got Darren's channel taken down? Well, he was being interviewed by this fella, Cody Latchy. Now, Cody Latchy, I knew nothing about him, but I've learned since this morning about him. And he's one of these, he's a wannabe Shaun Attwood himself, he's an ex-con and he's going to do everything right and all this. Well, if you remember when Darren gave, because I can't show the video now because Cody Latchy has put in a copyright strike against it and had it removed. Now, Darren at one point turned round and said to Cody, oh, I'm sorry, Cody, you shouldn't be saying this on your channel. And Cody looked really uncomfortable. Well, Darren, what you're saying Shaun has done against you, Cody has now gone and done against me. I didn't even mention Cody in that video. It was just the warning you were given. And what that tells you is that when Cody's interviewing you, he owns your words. In his mind, they belong to him. No one else can have the right to do it. And the reason I'm pointing out this and putting this warning there, Darren, is that's what will happen. People see you as clickbait. You were one of the most successful podcasts by James English, and Shaun said that himself. Of all the views you got with James English, that's why Shaun wanted to interview you, and Cody wants to interview you again. Of course he does, because you get the clicks. But be wary, Darren. When Cody is doing that, he is well in with Shaun Attwood and is 100% team Shaun Attwood. He was interviewed by Shaun, which I didn't know until this happened. But it just goes to show the two-faced people you get out there who try to bring down other people's channels when they're the ones making out that somehow they're warriors of justice and free speech. No, he isn't. He's just trying to be another Shaun Attwood, make as much money as he can. And it looks like his channel is monetized, and that's all he wants to talk to you about, Darren. Up to you if you want to talk to him, but be watching your back, mate, because definitely you're talking to a big fan of Shaun Attwood. Let me remind you, the Shaun Attwood who did what he did with a woman with autism who went to him for help. A woman with autism who says she was sexually abused as a 4-year-old child, and he got her to do that. Pretend to give him a blowjob. If it was pretend, we don't know.